Folks, it is official. We have a Heisman winner. We completely destroyed Oklahoma State. Don't cheat about. We needed a Heisman. We also have Maxwell Award, Walter Camp Award, O'Brien Award, Benikoff Award, Unitas Award, Sean Alexander Award. Alright, let's go get us the championship. Oh, cool.
Four teams have battled through the opening round of the college football playoff, and now the pressure and the intensity continue to mount as we go to the quarterfinals, moving away from home sites and onto neutral fields. What's the bigger factor, the battle-tested team or the better-rested team? Welcome to the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, site of the All-State Sugar Bowl, part of the college football playoff. As we'll see, last season's national champions, the Oregon Ducks, taking on a playoff team from last year, the Texas State Bobcats. Relay Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowle, here in the booth with Kirk Hermstreet. Time to find out who's going to be moving on in the college football playoff.
Okay. We've been here before. We haven't made it past here. Let's do the job.
The team is out there. Great energy as this playoff game is about to get underway. He's going to try for a return from a couple yards deep in the end zone. Excellent work by the coverage team he's brought down after just a short return. The Bobcats offense comes onto the field for the first time today. And the reason why this is one of the games of the week is you got a receiving core that's just been lighting people up. So hard to stop collectively, but they're running into an elite defense that's filled with confidence too, Kirk.
Yeah, Chris, I'm going to turn it around a little bit and talk about, I think, the offensive line. We know what the receivers can do. Will the quarterback have enough time against this defense to be able to make the throws where he can try to expose the secondary? That's the real challenge. can you protect the quarterback to give these receivers a chance to make plays?
Now it's second down here. From the shotgun, handoff inside. Breaking free at the 35. He get him down at the 41, but that's good enough for a first down.
There's nothing more that helps an offense than committing to that running game and popping an explosive run like this on the ground. Keeps the confidence of your offensive lineup. Same with your back. It helps everything else that you're doing as an offense in your rhythm. Now you can come back with some counters.
Ooh, bad pass.
Some shots.
Oh, it's picked off. What a play. Spikes into the open. And they'll finally bring it down after a huge return. The defense doesn't just get the takeaway. They set the offense up in great field position.
Chris, that one cost him. He's just trying to get something started here early in the game, trying to take a chance, but it backfires. The defense in great position to come up with that interception.
Can they cash in this opportunity? First down and goal from the 3. They'll try to run this one in. Going absolutely nowhere. That'll be a loss in the play.
Well, this defense is being challenged. They're close to their own goal line, but how about this play? All 11 guys coming together. They stood firm. The result is a short loss for the offense. Nice job.
Here's the handoff, testing the middle. Touchdown, Ducks, as they claim the lead in this playoff game. We had a short field. The offense did exactly what they're supposed to do. That would have been a big ask for the defense there, Kurt.
Absolutely. But when you're given that kind of field position, anything less than a touchdown would be a disappointment. They did exactly what they needed to do by capitalizing on that short field.
Lining up to try the extra point. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. He's going to return it from near the goal line. And he stops at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. Here comes the Texas State offense back out there. This drive is important. Last one and an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Across the 30. They bring him down, but the drive has now reached the 35.
Just a great play by the running back, finding his lanes and then exploding through the gap when it opened up.
And then forced down right back to the running game. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What's an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you score.
Nowhere to go. The ball knocked loose. They scoop up the ball. It's still a live play here.
Well, just like running backs, quarterbacks have got to do a better job of having awareness and taking care of the football. It's not like he got the ball away from his body there a little bit, allowing it to be knocked free. He caught a break because one of his own teammates was able to see that and get on top of the ball.
And it's incomplete. They let it fly on third down, but now it brings up 4th. And the punt team makes its way onto the field. And we'll see what he can do on the return. And the returner is tackled by this punt coverage team. And the powerful Ducks offense retakes the field. Remember, last time they scored a touchdown. Can they keep clicking here? Or the defense come up with a stop? And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Slams right into a wall. They got him for a loss.
How about the timing here by the defense to shoot that gap? As an offensive lineman, you have to anticipate that, close that gap off. Otherwise, it could be a long day.
Running out of time in the pocket. Catch is made behind the line of scrimmage. And the defense swarms not much of a gain on that completion. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. On the run here. Goes to his right side there for the completion. They get him down, but not before he moves the football to the 32.
Well, it's third down. The defense knows he's going to get the ball. You still can't stop the quarterback finding this receiver to be able to pick up another first down for this offense.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Handoff here from the shotgun. They stop him, but it's a first down.
And that's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. Don't forget, good blocking up front by the big fellas. And this running back just seems to have a nose for that first down marker. A few more runs like this, and he's going to be getting into a rhythm for sure.
Sixth play of the drive coming up. The offense with some pre-snap motion. Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. Fires it to the wideout. Touchdown, Oregon. They finish off the scoring drive.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Return starts from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. The Texas State offense back on the field now. They were forced to punt last time. Can they get this offense going finally? Get some points out of this possession. Nowhere to run up the middle. Offense getting set. Second down play here. And the quarterback keeps it here. They'll tackle him at the 27.
It's a nice game by this offense. This quarterback has such a good feel for running the option. Whether it's handing it, keeping it himself, or pitching it, puts a lot of pressure on the discipline of this defense.
He's got a man down the middle. Not much after the catch, but it is good enough for a first down. No huddle here for the offense.
Good job here by this offense coming up with this first down on the third down play. They knew they're going to have to deal with a lot of pressure, did their job, gave the quarterback time. They convert, and listen, you're down early in this game. Every possession matters. You need points on this drive, and they're able to have that chance now with that conversion.
They'll look to throw it here on second down. Receiver makes the grab, and he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Challenging play for the offense. They face third and long here from their own 43. The head coach keeps the punt team on the sidelines for fourth down. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Finds a man to the left. Big catch downfield. They get him at the 42. Good enough for a first down. Seventh play of the drive coming up. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. A solid 8-yard gain brings up a 2nd and 2.
Another positive run on 1st and 10. You know, it's early on in this drive, but this defense has not shown the ability to stop the run. I'm the offensive coordinator. I just keep running the football until they prove they can stop it.
No gain there. This defense has been getting sliced up on the drive, but they push back that time, Kirk.
Yeah, kind of a bend but don't break mentality by this defense. They have been giving up some big chunks here on this drive, but let's see if a stop like this can give them a little bit of confidence here. Now try to pressure the quarterback on these upcoming plays.
That's reeled in. It's Moss. Takes the football inside the 30, and that's a first down.
Boy, that conversion right there was an absolute dart by the quarterback, hitting his receiver, and the ball comes out that fast. It puts so much pressure on the defense to locate the football, let alone trying to get their hands on it.
Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. He's back to throw again on 2nd and 10. The pass rush closing in. 7-yard gain sets up a 3rd and 3.
Well, that's just being crafty right here by this quarterback. It's not there. You pick up what you can and stay ahead of the chains. And who knows, do this enough, they'll have to start spying on this quarterback, which could open up some passing lanes that weren't there before.
Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. Throws to the tight end. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Texas State, as they get on the board here in this playoff game. So with playoff pressure, Kirk, the offense executes a long, grinding, methodical drive.
You know, the thing I've loved about this offense all year long is their ability to either hit the big play or not have to rely on that. Like this, they're able to sustain a drive and still come up with points and get a touchdown.
See if they can convert the point after. PHC is good. They still trail, though. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. And the return starts just inside the end zone. He's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. And the Oregon offense is back out on the field. They scored a touchdown on their last possession. Let's see if this defense can make adjustments and prevent that this time. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. And he dumps it off to the tight end. Not easy to bring down. The cornerback finally gets the job done. Short completion there. 2nd down coming up. Makes a quick catch. Now juke to man, but not much room to maneuver. Stopped after a small gain. So a very makeable 3rd down for this offense from the 26-yard line.
How about this defense? That is called team pursuit. Swarming to this wide receiver on the screen, not allowing him to get his momentum upfield.
Quick throw, catch made on the out route. They bring him down, but he makes the 40-yard line. That's a solid gain.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And, man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on 3rd down, get him the ball.
Play fake, looking to throw. Tight end makes the grab. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there. And a player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. Challenging play for the offense. They face 3rd and long here from their own 43. The receiver grabs it. And the runner steps out of bounds, but does have enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. The Ducks' offense is on the move now. Looking to chuck it again. Short throw, running back makes the catch behind the line of scrimmage. Tackle is made. It's a short gain, well short of the marker. 2nd down play coming up. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up the throw. Makes the catch. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
Wow, they get positive yards here, but I have a sense that they wanted a little bit more with that pitch and catch.
An inside deal now from the shotgun. Less than a yard to go here on 4th down. The offense is going to go for it. They'll try the ground game here with the running back. Finding some room at the 25. And it's a long-distance house call. Touchdown, Ducks. That kind of execution on a long drive, that's why this team made it to the college football playoff.
That's exactly right. Being able to mix in the run with the pass, picking up 1st downs, and eventually coming up with the touchdown. That is a tough thing to do, and they made it look easy.
PHC is good. They're pulling ahead now, 21-7. You got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. They'll return it from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. Here comes the Bobcats offense back out there. The passing game was so effective in the last possession. Right down for a touchdown. We'll see if the defense can make adjustments. Solid gain there. Moves the ball out to the 32.
You know, everybody always wants to talk about quarterbacks today and receivers. And don't get me wrong, that's a big part of the evolution of the game and where we are. But, man, for me, as a fan, when I'm watching a game, there's just something satisfying about the teams and the offenses that still have backs that can carry the ball and come up with plays like that. Move those sticks and keep this drive going.
On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Running back has it on a screen now. They've got him, but he picks up 8 yards. Sets up a nice 2nd and 2. Offense cranking up the tempo now. No huddle.
Good time here to drop this screen in by the offensive coordinator, and a nice job by the running back being able to pick up some positive yards here on this play.
Good enough for 1st down yardage.
Just what a great battle here at the line of scrimmage. Good push by the offensive line, and the back does enough to be able to pick up the 1st down.
1st down here for this offense. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. Screen to the receiver in the flat. They get him down, but he crosses midfield. Spot the ball at the 44.
Chris, that's another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show why he's had such a great year this year. When he has time to throw, he gets his feet set. He's as accurate as any quarterback in the country.
And he goes nowhere. Stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
You know, a lot of times you see teams go up-tempo when they've got momentum that comes off for a big gain. These guys are struggling, and yet here they go, going back to old reliable, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage again.
Big throw caught on the left side. They come to the line, a long way to go for the 1st down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. It's a screen pass complete to the running back. They make the tackle, but the game moves the ball to the 28.
Now we're starting to see this offense look like they've looked all year long. Listen, to be able to get to a playoff opportunity, your offense has got to be able to show an ability to hit throws like this on 3rd down. They hit it, they keep the drive alive. Now they have a chance to put points on the board.
New set of downs for the offense. 1st and 10.
Boy, another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show how dangerous he is when he has time to throw. The defensive coordinator's got to change up his looks, maybe bring in the blitz, anything they can do to get this quarterback out of this rhythm.
Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. Oh, the pass rush gets home. Defense looking for back-to-back sacks. 3rd down now. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Running back grabs it on the screen. Touchdown, Bobcats. They couldn't stop him there.
I'll tell you what, a screen pass is tough to do, but when executed well, the result is this. Perfectly timed by the quarterback to drop it off to the back, gets the big lineman in front of him, all the way to the end zone for a touchdown.
Offense is out there. They're going to go for 2 here. On the ground, trying to punch it in for the score. This time he stopped short, scored the touchdown, but doesn't back it up with a 2-point conversion. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Returner looking to create better field position. Coverage team flying down there. Good job. They limit the return. Not much there. Here's the first play of the drive now, backed up at the 15. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give.
Defense does a really nice job here of being 2 yards. Chris, to me, This changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
Quarterback finds a target on the right. It's complete. Ball carrier heads out of bounds, but the pickup was good enough to move the chains. First down. How aggressive will they be on this first down play? Off the play fake, looking to throw. Quick completion to the tight end. They're finally able to stop, and the quarterback brings the big man down. Not easy to do with that size difference. That completion sets up a second down play. Short throw complete to the tight end. Tackle made to the 41. That's a nice gain, getting closer to midfield. Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. Looking to throw it on first down. The receiver makes the catch and heads out of bounds after a decent gain. So, Kirk, as we break for the quarter, Oregon has the lead here. We've reached the end of one in this quest to move one step closer to a national championship. Let's check out the stats so far. We expect the teams to have worked through some of the nerves of this playoff game as we begin the second quarter. Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter. Looking to throw again. Makes the catch downfield. Breaking free at the 35. Goes out to stiff arm. Force out of bounds, but not before the football's moved inside the 10. It'll be first down and goal.
Boy, nice job here by this offense, creating an opportunity for this receiver to excel after the catch. It's early in this game, so this defense better get their arms around this receiver because he could be a monster today.
Looking for a receiver. Checks this down to the running back. Brought down at the 5 after the completion. Defense getting pushed back.
That's a good job by this defense of understanding where they are on the field. They obviously don't want to allow this offense to get into the end zone. They routed the football on that pass and able to keep him short of the goal line.
They'll try to power it in right up the middle. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
What a great play by the defense here. Getting close to the goal line, not only do they come up with a big stop, but they send them backwards in the process.
So 8 plays into this drive now. It's 3rd and goal. Press coverage now from the secondary. On 3rd and goal, he's going to try to throw for it. The pocket breaking down. Trying to run it in, but the defense stops him short of the goal line.
Woo, good job by this defense. That quarterback doesn't need much room. They did a heck of a job to keep him out of the end zone, and now we got a 4th and goal situation.
He's hit just before the throw, and it's picked off in the end zone.
When you get this close to the end zone, you've got to be able to come away with points, at the very least a field goal. They got to be scratching their heads and hoping that in the second half, this play right here doesn't come back to bite them.
Here comes the Texas State offense back out there. They were clicking last time. Great protection. The pitch and catch was solid. Right down for a touchdown. Going absolutely nowhere. That'll be a loss on the play.
Everybody knows how hard it is to run the ball when you're this close to your own goal line. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to try to run the ball to get it away from the shadow of that goal line. But you got to do a better job than that. You're a yard away from giving up 2 points and a safety because you couldn't hold your own up front.
So let's see what they like here on 3rd and short from inside their own 20. Important to pick up this first down. Quarterback pulls the ball. It's a keeper. And they'll stop him just short of the marker. Good effort, but the defense holds. Now it's 4th down. So no hesitation. The offense is on the field to go for it here. It's a crucial play. 4th down RPO looking left. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
I thought the defense did a pretty good job here on this 4th down, but how about the quarterback? Throws an absolute laser to get that one in there for the first down.
The back's got it. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
And here we see the quarterback read the second-level vacancy that was emerging, and the back did the rest. Huge run for the offense.
How aggressive do you get on 1st and 10? Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Grab behind the line. It's Woodson. Looks like a man is down in the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. This is the 6th play on the drive. Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Looking to scramble. He'll throw it now. And he finds his tight end for the catch. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
You know what's happening here right now is this quarterback is just taking what the defense is giving him, not forcing anything downfield, finding ways to be able to continue to move the ball down the field. Another example, nice job here picking up the 1st down.
Here's the 2nd down play. Wants to throw it. Bringing pressure. Swung by the pass rush. A sack. So here comes 3rd and long, trying to overcome that sack. This is going to be really difficult. Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. Defense breaks it up. Nice play. Incomplete.
Chris, I love this throw downfield. He takes a shot. I thought he had a big completion, but instead the defender makes one heck of a play to be able to knock that ball away for the incompletion.
Special teams on the field now. Here comes a punt. Looking to kick it away for the 2nd time. He's brought down, but a good effort to make something of that return. And the Oregon offense comes back out on the field. That costly red zone interception the last time out. Let's see if they can recover from that error. The shotgun running play call. Solid gain, moves the ball to a 43.
Chris, I just love to see this offensive line in this running game able to establish themselves. This back is already over 50 yards. We're in the 1st half, so really good job of establishing the run game. Opens up the play action, opens up one-on-one opportunities. Just keep winning the battle up front.
So now it's 3rd and short from the 43. Can they keep the drive going or perhaps face a tough 4th down decision? A quick throw out left, complete. Now play enough for a 1st down. The offense set up at the 43.
Well, this receiver has just that combination of speed and natural ball skill ability to be able to come up with play after play. Already over 50 yards here in this 1st half.
Off the play fake, looking to throw on 1st down. And they get to completion.
Chris, one of the things I love about this running back, it's not just this defense trying to defend him running the football. As you can see here early in this game, trying to get him involved in the passing game. Great call.
Looking to throw it again. Almost intercepted, falls incomplete, but a risky attempt there. Would have been his 2nd pick today.
Well, the name of the game for this defense is to pressure this quarterback as often as you can, and that's exactly what they've been able to do here in this 1st half. It looks like they've got him rattled a bit, as that pass should have been his 2nd interception in the 1st half alone.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He cannot escape. It's a sack.
A really good job by this defense. The quarterback looked to be trying to work through his progressions to find his open receiver, but before he knew it, he's on his back.
And the Ducks will have to kick it away. First punt of the game now, looking to pin him back deep. And the punt heads out of bounds, taking the dangerous returner out of play here. The Texas State offense back on the field now. They were forced to punt it away last time, so let's see if they can get clicking in this possession. Offense goes to the pistol formation now. And they'll use the ground game here. Tackle right at the 30, good enough to move the sticks.
Chris, what I love here is just the vision by the running back. Showing great patience, the hole opens up, and then he's able to use his speed to pick up some good yards.
He gains 9, so it's 2nd and 1.
Setting the tone early with good runs like this can really wear defense down and keep the defense guessing. That's why some of the best coaches of all time have primarily done it with great run games.
And a player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. After the incompletion, they'll come to the line with 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for the first down. Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Great job here by this offense being able to convert. Let's face it, they've dug themselves a hole. They're down here early in this game. And with all this hype, the last thing you want to do is have to punt the ball.
Taking a shot deep down the right side. Caught way downfield and still running inside the 20.
You got to pick the right time to take your shots downfield, and this offense just did that. A huge gain, and now they're down in the red zone for a first down.
They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. And they tackle him, but a nice pickup on that running play.
Chris, it's the consistency of this back is giving this defense fits. They've got to come up with some changes up front. This guy's already over 50 yards, and if he keeps running the way he is...
Oh, down he goes. It's a sack. And they convert here on 3rd down in the red zone. This is a 4-point type of play, touchdown or field goal. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. They've got him. Again, he couldn't escape. Looks like the coach decides to go for 3 points here. Here comes the field goal team. This will be a 39-yard attempt. And that one's straight down the middle.
I was watching this guy in pregame. He has got a strong leg. Not surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 25. And the Ducks' powerful offense is back on the field. They're trying to build on their lead. They were forced to punt on the last possession. He breaks free. They pick up 4, so 2nd down and 6 coming up. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. It's a quick grab. Defense wraps him up after the catch, but he's just short of a first down. That completion sets up an important 3rd down play. Can he get there on the ground? Crosses the 45. They finally get him down, but a big play to the 46. And the Ducks will crank up the tempo.
Oh, that's a great example of a defense selling out to stop a 3rd down and short. At 3rd and 2, looks like they put everybody up near the line of scrimmage. And when the back got free, he's able to go and pick up huge yards because there's no safeties back there to slow him down.
Running play goes backwards. Now the offense is set up at 2nd and 13. 2nd down, we're going to throw it. And it's caught across the middle. And they bring him down. That's a very solid gain, but drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. Catch made on the left side. And they convert on 3rd down, moving the football to the 35. The Ducks looking to keep this drive rolling. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Quarterback looks to his right and finds his man. They stop him after a short gain. It's not a first down. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. It's 2nd down after that completion. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. By the receiver. They bring him down to the 18. The offense set up in the red zone with a first down.
You know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? Their own defense. Man, when I played, I used to have defensive guys come down and tell me when we'd have a long drive how much it would allow them to rest and go out and play dominant football.
They finally stop him, but that gain is good for a 1st and goal. The Ducks will line up here on 1st down and goal. They'll try to run it in on 1st and goal. Slams right into a wall. They've got him for a loss.
Maybe this stop is an indicator of what's to come for this defense. The offense, frankly, has been able to enforce their will in the first half, but maybe things are starting to change.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Looking for 6. And it's caught. Touchdown, Oregon.
Boy, the timing between the quarterback and the receiver on this post pattern, a thing of beauty. Great throw by the quarterback coming off that back foot, and the receiver could not have run a better route.
Kicking team on now for the extra point. PAT makes it a 12-point lead. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. He's tackled at the 17, so it would have been better to leave it in the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Bobcats offense back out there. They've had to settle for field goals. That won't work anymore. They got to find the end zone this time. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Defense is coming after him. Trying to create outside the pocket, but they've got him for a sack. Pass protection, a serious issue. Another sack makes it 2nd and long.
You know, I would have thought they might have taken a break after this sack that they've given up, but here they are, ready to go again at the line of scrimmage.
They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play. Offense needing to keep this drive alive. It's a 3rd down play. But they don't connect. It's incomplete, and it brings up 4th down.
Man, on your own side of the field, you're playing a risky game here, 3rd and short. Your goal should just be keep this drive alive the best way you can sometimes is just hand the ball off to your running back and have him get behind that offensive line and go to work. Curious to see what they do now here on this 4th and short.
Contact as he threw it. Complete to the running back. Can he get first down yardage?
Bit of a risky decision here to go for it on your own side of the 50, but guess what? They make it work. Keep the sticks moving.
Tough running to avoid a loss, but just barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down after that run on the previous play. Looking for a man. Quarterback finds an open target on the left side. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain.
Man, isn't it fun to watch running backs who can add that dimension to the passing game? They're so dangerous because once they catch the football, they're operating in much more open space than they would be if they're just getting a handoff. And it really tests the linebacker's ability to cover out in space.
They try the middle, but gain nothing on that play. Okay, we reached the 2-minute timeout. The offense some work to do here trying to cut into this lead before halftime. 2nd down play coming up for this offense. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. And he's going to take a shot down the left side. They try a downfield shot. That's a good effort there, but now it's 3rd down. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. Moves out of the pocket. He's got the first and still going. Scoots out of bounds after a nice pickup on that running play.
With the defense in man coverage, nobody there to account for the quarterback. A clear path opens up, a lot of space out in front. The quarterback made the defense pay big time.
Here comes a throw from the red zone. And it's incomplete. Just missed the wide receiver there.
Chris, this offensive coordinator is going to have to adjust. We've seen hits and sacks and pressure on this quarterback all game long. They've got to find a solution to create more time for the quarterback to be able to throw the football.
Oh, they trap him for a sack.
This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle the pressure of this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of, Chris, get this, 7 sacks.
Taking a shot deep toward the end zone. Downfield shot falls incomplete. Couldn't quite connect there.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on 4th down.
4th down, he's throwing for it. Looking downfield near the end zone. Pass is broken up. Turnover on downs. What a stop.
Chris, what a great job here by this defense on this 4th down play. They knew exactly where to come up with that stop to get the turnover on downs, and they did it.
And the quarterback keeps it on the option. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Man, oh man, was the defense ready for this play. The quarterback just searching for anywhere to go, looking for daylight, but couldn't find anywhere to go in the keeper.
Short pass finds the tight end. He's brought down after a short gain. That's not going to be 1st down yardage.
I mean, we're not even to halftime yet, and I don't think this guy wants to take a break once we get to the half. That's his 5th catch and counting.
Now the offense will spend a timeout here, wanting to come up with a perfect call on this important play coming up. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. He's running out of time here. Oh, the pass rush gets home.
Now they put that nickel defense, and I think that's the right call. You get more speed to be able to cover with those 5 defensive backs, and also allows that defensive line with that good coverage to get after the quarterback, as we see here.
And the Ducks bring their punt team onto the field. And he'll kick it away now for the 2nd time. And the coverage team makes the stop on this return. Here comes the Texas State offense back out there. Time running out here in the 1st half. Wouldn't expect them to be too aggressive in this position. So here comes the first play of the drive. They'll begin from their 47. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Pass caught near the sideline, but he'll lose yardage. Second down after that previous play. From the shotgun, drops back. He escapes the pocket. And they chase him down outside the pocket for a sack. Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching.
Boy, this defense is having a game. So much pressure, so many sacks already. We're not even to halftime. The offense better do a better.
Looking deep down the right side. And it falls incomplete with just 6 seconds remaining to play. Time ticking away. Time for just one more play before halftime. Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. Needs a completion here on 4th down. Pressure is coming. Took contact in the throw. This one falls incomplete on 4th down. It's a turnover on downs. So just before halftime here, out comes the field goal unit. This is a daunting attempt from 54 yards out. Let's see if he's got the leg. Oh, he missed it. Off target that time. And the lead remains at 12 after the miss. And that will do it for the 1st half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Thanks, Chris. Exciting, action-packed, enormous drama. Talk about a 1st half of football. And it's clear the aerial attacks
we gotta
of
start
both teams have been
executing.
relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this 2nd half. It's time to throw it back to our guys in the booth to start up the 2nd half.
Well, he thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee and to bring the football to the 25-yard line. And that powerful Oregon offense retakes the field, trying to build the lead as we begin the 3rd quarter and trying to clean up those pass protection issues. And looking to throw now on 1st down. Short connection to the tight end here. Defense reacts quickly, a very short gain on the play.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hand.
Pass complete. It's 2nd down now. The shotgun run.
Fuck.
It's
trying to get over it.
But that's good enough for a first down.
Well, much like what we saw in the first half, Chris, of this playoff game, no adjustments. Go right back to giving his running back the football. He's had a monster day and continues to get positive yards.
The defense swarms him in the backfield. He had nowhere to run, loses 2 yards.
Well, there's something we haven't seen much in this game at all. That ball carrier being tackled near the line of scrimmage. Maybe if this defense can make more plays like that in the second half, their team will be able to chip away at this lead.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. It's a short completion of the tight end. They bring him down quickly, a short pitch and catch to get a little bit closer to the marker. The offense facing a tough conversion here, 3rd and long from the 42. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Throw to the tight end, and it's caught. You make the tackle, but this offense has crossed midfield, set up for the first down at the 47. And the Ducks pick up enough yardage to keep this drive rolling. First down, looking to throw the football. Delivers quickly to the left side, and it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football, and now it's second down.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Taking it
Oh,
inside
my
here to the
God.
right. Caught inside the end zone and still running. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big game. The Ducks will line up on 1st and 10. Again, thrown out of the RPO, it is complete. Brought down at the 5 after the catch. The offense really threatening now.
Well, they love going to this guy in the slot, don't they? What a mismatch inside. He reels in another one. This guy's automatic.
So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up. Looking to throw yet again. Makes the catch. Can he get in? And he's in. Touchdown, Ducks. So, Kirk, this quarterback told us this is my time to shine, a playoff game. He has gone out and backed that up so far.
Yeah, he's done everything that's been asked of him and more. Just a great job of getting into a rhythm. Really tough to defend. Right now, the defensive coordinator, you can see him down there. He's throwing his headset. He's frustrated. He's got to come up with some new wrinkles to try to slow this guy down.
And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. The Texas State offense back on the field now. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looks to the left. Pass caught. Tackle made after a solid gain. They'll spot the ball at the 34. Fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Look at this, Chris. After that big gain and a first down, they're already at the line of scrimmage, ready to get this up-tempo offense cranking.
That's knocked away. Defense makes a nice play. It's incomplete.
It's pretty simple as a defensive coordinator. When the quarterback drops back to throw, if we get pressure on him, we got a chance to slow him down and win the football game. If we don't, could be a long afternoon. Good job here by dialing up the pressure.
Urgency now for the offense that hate to come up empty on this drive, down multiple scores. And it's incomplete. The defensive pressure affected his throw that time.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this 3rd down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
Obviously, it's one of the reasons why an organization like this needs to exist. It's known that your school teacher school safety is so yeah. After the events in Uvalde, we watched the police response collapse and break down. And lawmakers say what they do is they pass mandates. So that's needs personnel on site, hosting operations plans, shared policies, solutions, and stuff to make that possible.
Returner will be brought down. Here comes the Bobcats offense back out there. The last time they were forced to punt it away. Can they get points out of this possession? They begin with a quick throw to the left. Receiver brought down after a short pitch and catch. Getting set. Here's second down. Quick throw, the catch is made. And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the first down. The offense going with the hurry up.
Boy, this quarterback's doing a great job of just managing the game. Nice throw, good completion of the first down, and he's already got a play call. He's ready to snap the ball again.
Breaks it in the clear. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. The offense really clicking here. First down, looking to throw the ball. Looking for the wideout. And it's incomplete. A little first down trickery doesn't work that time. Offense lines up for a second down play off the incompletion. He's looking to throw. Running out of time in the pocket. Swarmed by the pass rush. A sack.
Well, that takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
And the trickery does not work there, and now it's fourth down. So no hesitation by the coach. The offense is out there to go for it here. Trying for a fourth down completion. Oh, he's going to throw it. Intercepted, picked off by the defense. Oh, he's bringing it back. They'll finally catch him. That's a huge return. They get the... Here comes the Texas State offense back out there. They had it going on the last drive, but it ended abruptly with the interception. Let's see what they can do here. That one's incomplete. An interesting first down call, but it doesn't work. Following the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 39. Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Here's a screen pass to the running back. Defense fly.
This is not.
In these playoff games, it's win or go home. So one side can continue to dream about the national championship. The other side suddenly...
It's a different mindset. I understand. Just right. It's a good idea. I'm sorry, there was only 20 years ago. Right. Swat against them, or somebody called out to the police, and the police said, Sunday, said that there was a shooting in the church, and it was on the emergency, and they called it as the shooter, they were like, shooter. And so, today, it's just, it was a, and, for me, I wasn't supposed to be on that shift. big bit of the sheriff's office in there, and I see 2 officers come in with long rifles. And what's funny about this situation is my kids, who have they were, I've said because they were every single one was there. 2 of them were in the church, just put 2 of them in the church, so government security stuff, and that's one of the things. It's like, hey, enjoy this. Like, I'm here, might as well be here too. So I watch 2 PD come in with long rifles, and they're searching, and immediately this is really, it's like this whole situation is really. So I put up this whole other whatever, and I was like, what's going on? And he just yells, active shooter, and the first thing I do, looking around in the sanctuary, like everybody, they had some training they got everybody out that sanctuary. It was out for 45 seconds, but then because there's we have to fully go search on the guy. Usually with guards, level 3 guards in Texas, there's a stigma. They don't know training, they don't know how to do this immediately, probably. If they say they're like, okay, we're going to do it with me, go in, first doors on the right, kill them, to be able to reach some state level or something like that, start giving security style military stuff. Just let you bring me back to I was squad 13 leader in the regiment overseas, and 3 of the clearance speaks the same thing, which they kind of learned. We're going through, so you have these guys that have all of a sudden been in this security departments doing all this stuff. They went through, but then he was a time officer too. He goes, who are you? And I was just like, I'm the guy here right now. It's like, no, you're like, what did you do before this? So I told him, because it's funny because after that, like, they kind of knew, oh, this guy knows what he's doing, and they were not things that they were saying, putting it down, going through kind of just that whole CQB style of focus, out there, like, just like the seamless talking, marking everything. So that was one of the things that we're trained to, is that we're taking the moments we've already done with this and then integrating with them. Because there's a point where the officer is like, no, this guy knows what he's doing. Okay, we're seeing pretty well. Because a lot of the times they just say, hey, secure the site, like push out if I want you to get it. But now with our company, and now they know our name too. It's this guy's in here, he's probably poor, and we're going to get around him. So a very odd, unusual stack with the pistol, and there's 2 flashbacks behind me. And these guys are fantastic. I really can hand it to them. Like, they end up some decent training, decent enough, not as much as you want them to have, which is another issue in law enforcement communities. Like, why are they giving these guys training? Like, not so much control because they're the first ones that there. As a tag team, they showed up, they were 20 minutes late. Everything would go apart within 7 days. So it's funny that, like, there's this guy from this professional rifles, and they're legally stacked down the way, but it's, you take one guy had the unfortunate thing that that was his first week on the job. And so, like, we're trying to keep it running, like, stop that, and then that's, it's like, okay, well, he's gonna run this one, I'm just gonna step to the side, because we're gonna start shooting right in here first. But, I think that's the concept for the company, is that we're putting these guys in, and they know what they're doing. Like, so, when push comes to shove, they're gonna be at the front of that staff, they're gonna help, they're going to help the police, or they're along with them. Like, hey, I gotta go find this guy because we've got active shooter scenario, like, somebody's gotta confront him. Maybe you don't want to gunfight, because that's part of that mindset there. Maybe I don't want to gunfight, maybe I do. Maybe I do die. He's gotta concentrate on me first. It's like, he's gotta get to me, and other people coming behind me. So, if you're talking about giving those seconds, minutes to get there to help us out, and that's like, okay, the mindset there. I made the choice not to go there. Like, if I enter into that situation, I'm already done. Like, I'm already paid for it. Like, so I'm just trying to buy everybody else to get to that point, get there to that situation. So there's some experiences.
Lucy, leave it alone. It's home. She found it.
Everybody's shooting. Somebody's gonna get it. So, without telling me, that's a treat. Get yourself prepared for that. To make yourself ready for that eventuality because it's a professional arms. It's like when I was in regiment, every morning, every evening, I got up. I got to go do missions. I put my kit on, I put my guns on, I brushed my teeth, I got the mission set on the other side of it. There was a guy doing that, he was getting help, he was doing that. And both of us put uniforms on and said, hey, we're going to be at this place this time, or there's a picture. This is going to happen, we're going to fight each other. Someone's down here, someone's down here. So, you have to, I think cops really have to kind of get that mentality. It's like, there's a chance I'm not doing that. There's a good chance I'm not doing that. They always think about that. And then at the threshold, it's, everyone else but yourself. Like, you have to be selfless. You have to realize, I'm here. I gotta say, like, I gotta be that guy. I gotta be the hero. I gotta step through that threshold. I feel like what happens because, again, when you're doing that, I'm not buying time for myself. I'm not even paying for it. I'm not going for that mentality. I'm buying time for everybody else around me. Time for everybody to get their better. I'm buying time for this guy to shoot at me or worry about me in that way. Maybe I scared away. Maybe I hit him. Maybe he decided this isn't what I wanted to do. Maybe I actually friends. Like, but it's saving. You get buying. That's saving things for everybody else around you. So I was thinking of ways to out to their holsters and their sponsoring podcasts. I've been using these lessons of these inside ways to their holster and what's really like is how adjustable it is. You can tweak the recipe they can to get things to stay feel. Plus, these holsters are forward and 52 models and 65 different colors, so you can pretty much find whatever you need. Because the things really sets it apart to customer service. I've heard some good stories about how they've gone above and beyond to make sure you're happy with your holster. And with the lifetime warranties, there's anything like that guarantee. It's really small their products. If you're in the market for a holster, check it out at different holsters. You gotta think about those shots too. Like, you gotta train it. You gotta take the training seriously. Like, you can't laugh it off, and like, because you're a professional golfer, you're gonna live and die by this stuff. Like, so like, you need to be the best. If that is your tool, that's your sword. Your motor gets hit, right? You need to be the best that you can. If you think about like sending, so I always used to go to, we did some training. You know, you go in there, you're doing rep after rep, you're getting hit, and people are like, okay, when you get hit, stuff like that. But you gotta think about what that builds to you. It's like, I get hit with a vibe, I'm probably gonna go out to the back, covering it up right again. I get hit with a poke, it's not there. I get hit in the arm, probably never use that arm again. The life changes completely. So you gotta realize that like every rep you do is a chance to just get better at your skill set. So, and I think a lot of police officers get really dangerous of it. Like, just this is job. This is job. Really, like, to change something, you gotta be pro. You just gotta be pro. I think that's what we need to is, people college, it's easy. You take things and all this stuff. Talking about that training in that coffee shop. Yes, you guys just drive and don't use that. And just use the reaction. You're like, hey, this is so simple. And that's exactly how it is. And so you have to train it. Just knows it. It's awesome too. You know, it's something that most people know about, but it's something that you've done so many times that it's just natural. That taking contact is just all of a sudden it just everything kicks into gear, and I think that goes along with again like being a pro, getting reps and you can't. I think the first time I did any fight, I'll tell you the first time I got in a firefight, it was just like but then you start getting used to it, start getting used to it. To find something going on, so and I just kind of snapped to shooting, and somebody grabbing me down and just standing out there. And stage one, I'd say, I was young and didn't know yet, but after 30 years of doing it, it's just everything's on the plate. And so I think anytime anybody can And you got security, for safety, protection, stuff like that. Everybody, you need to just be a pro. Like, it's such a, you want to be a pro, like, so you're doing those qualifiers, and just make sure that the trial's the same, everything's the same. Just
You know how to turn off the monitor, the little light bulb? Okay, yeah.
Everything's just automatic.
Yeah,
Like, cause that's like the worst thing, right? If I dream about that, when you're done, it's just like, you're just like, yeah, funding some kids from the state, which goes up to $35,000 a school. Initially, it was $15,000 a school. So they're making requests with the gatekeepers from always the administrators. So the superintendent is the buddy in law enforcement. If they, it's just this the lowest
okay.
to just be compliant and just check that balance. So that's where the importance comes from being able to offset the school's cost. So if we're looking at the budget, we've already solved these problems and these other things, and we are going to be able to minimize the cost from things like IT service, merchant services, any kind of licensing for different stuff. So we are going to be able to come in and assess the school is paying money for X, Y, and Z, so we can mitigate those costs. And so the authority and quality of some security officers isn't something that's out of the realm of possible challenge. Because they were people seeing how that worked. And then it's the like the first time about that is because you're feeling like, well, the first time it's feeling like, okay, he's not here. And he ran out the back, and had to buy myself and can't wait for this on something like this. And so, go and it's like, all right, you're like, you're alive, you're going and you come in and something, you're great, but it's, you're trying to make it work. But, the system, yeah, definitely, like some a lot of guys go to red dots, which is like, it's cheaper training for you, it's so cheap for everybody else. Your sides, like, from the side, and I'm just like, get me different distances, I'm sure. That's the main place right now, Chester, And the other things we do too is we make sure, so sometimes you see some of that stuff, the security numbers, when they're carrying something, just, they're jumping back when they're carrying, and so it's like, based on the range, or like, he doesn't like a certain kind of animal, and you put that certain kind of animal in it, or something like that, so it's not getting worse, and it's one of the safest, right? Like, you're trying to throw stuff into something that's it's working every single time, because that's what you watch, you're carrying it around.
Sweet.
Sometimes they don't, it's not range, it's just like, oh yeah.
I should have made some promises.
There's no people. So we go through a physical and shooting assessment for and it's going to give us some chance and I'll make sure you see this is cool. I used to work for I was an instructor. It's like, just an instructor in the range of this kind of thing. So you want to Its tool locking design keeps your firearm secure, protecting your trigger and preserves its consistent, lightweight, focused, and surface inwards.
I'm gonna be able to show him no type of way. Maybe I will. Perfect. That's it.
Also, as we start seeing like his AK standing on his like he can do anything because I've seen somebody with this gun in a fire. Like this water off of this looking good. Yeah. It's kind of like that. It's just the will there. Like you needed 2 hours. So it's Gen 6 there. Yeah, the Gen 6 is actually really cool. We saw first the shot show. And those things are selecting yes, yeah. So that's why so they did everything that you would damage is not to go down here. Everything you would have done to it, like take you to a shop. Like, okay, I got the $25 everything, it's like motorcycles. I gotta buy more stuff for it. It's like $600 gun. You buy something, but it's funny because they did everything. The trigger feels nicer. The body feels real good. They cleared the mag wells out. They put the notch underneath the trigger well so that your hand fits. It's great. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Raina's trying to get up, baby.
Oh, she's came over. Yeah, it's like you see like a security guard taking out his gun and like start doing this. There's no what's going on, like so it's like that's like suppressing on business. So I think yeah, that's even thing. DPS whatever authorized that would be great. It's because they're not Texas police officers and they don't have the training required to be able to QC. Which I would say was most of our guys probably the fact is just coming out of the military, especially in special operations, because everybody's like, especially Rangers, like a lot of people think so I shot at people, so when I was in the Army Marksmanship for a long time, that's where I really learned how to shoot pistol. From so Dan was on the team with me, which those guys, and so I was in the ITG, so we go shoot on Dan, like on the range, which was the section range, and Dan's there, and he taught me so much about pistols, just how to shoot. It was nice to have him, like, he would kill it for miles, and I was like, in the range, I could just imagine that I was thinking about this, and I'm like, great resource to have for 2 years. Like, people pay, the units pay hundreds of thousands of dollars, just to learn how to shoot. It's funny because people say, Rangers, you're still Rangers, we didn't start carrying pistols until like 2013. Like, and that's not something we trained a lot on. Rifle, on the other hand, surgeons, every single one of them surgeons on it. And those machine guns just are as pistols. People would be like, oh, like you're a Ranger, you use pistols. Yeah, I had to go somewhere to do that. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, go play in your house. Lay down. Hey, Lucy, get in your house. Go.
We've seen a lot of police videos recently where people have shooting with their eyes closed. And they were showing the other day, I was like, look at this. So he got his booty and it's lightweight, but the run rifles, it's pretty essential because you still get to first and first. Yes, I think there's always rounds when it has to it's that's right for the innovation, but I think even just mentally, it's kind of like sucks and it's it makes sense too. I think that's just the like I think Texas how completely running a mission listeners
Nope. Jesus Christ. I don't know whether if it's a home game or not. We will see. Alright, before we commit to this, I don't know. I like the 6'5". Alright, my friend. I'm about to pray for life. There you go, buddy.
Samantha's mother and father said Jeff got married for the first time in 2011, 2 years after Samantha was born. Things were a bit complicated as not only did the couple go unmarried for a few years, but Melissa had also just gotten divorced from another man and had a daughter with another man who she never married in the first place. It seems that her other daughter was cared for by her guardians and not raised by her. The marriage didn't last long at all, only lasting 2 years before Jeff and Melissa got divorced. It was agreed that Samantha would spend most of her time with her mom, and didn't really work out that way. Instead, she was abruptly passed back and forth by her parents every 2 to 3 days for the next several years. Only a few years later, in 2017, Jeff and Melissa decided it was time to tie the knot once again. They remarried in 2017, again it wouldn't last, with the couple divorcing yet again in 2020 around the time the lockdown started. This time, though, they decided to be a bit more diplomatic and split custody more evenly and in a more predictable fashion. Samantha would spend 2 days with her dad, then 2 with her mom, and then 3 with a parent that would alternate every week. Okay. Get it today. If you didn't go to the ER after a car accident, listen, I got $96,000 for my accident in 57 days, and I only had what they call silent injury. So basically, nothing that showed up on the scene. I got hit, fell straight from the left leg, a blood broken bone, that big section going on, takes a life from and just like fire. Days later, I can clearly get out that my lower back was locked up, my neck was really pain down into my shoulder. I was getting headaches from walking all the way. I couldn't sit at my desk for more than 20 minutes without my whole body screaming at me. It seemed like something stole the scene, turned into something that I couldn't ignore. But here's where it almost went wrong. I almost did nothing about it. I thought because I didn't go to the emergency room, I'd given up my case. I thought because there were no scans, no records, no doctors signing off on injuries that same day. I got I spent days telling myself that skipping the ER meant skipping any exam. And I almost let that one decision cost me $96,000. If you were in a car accident any time in the past year, even as a passenger and you didn't go to the ER, you could still be owed the maximum accident compensation. But most people don't realize that, and it almost cost me everything. That's exactly what insurance does. Fatal silent injury, whiplash, disc problems, soft tissue damage, concussion could take days or even weeks before they show themselves. Maybe skipping the ER feels like a confession that you were confused. And then you'll talk yourself out of filing because there's no ER bill to take to your case. Every person who didn't go to the ER walks away filing because it claims they never. You were down as no profit person. And someone told me about the accident compensation service, and it changed everything. It's an accident compensation service that can help you get paid the maximum amount you may be owed. Even if you skip the ER, even if it's seemed minor, and even if your injury stays silent for days or weeks. No suing the other driver, no going to court, no dealing with insurance directly, no paying anything out of pocket up front. Right now, they're looking to take our car accident victim who thought their accident was too minor to file. Even if you thought you were fine at the scene, even as if this wasn't enough chaos for them again, Jeff and Melissa decided to marry yet again. Yes, for a third time in 2020. However, this time they were all split again in only a few months. By July of 2022, Samantha was almost
Hey, Munchkin, I love you.
deal with her chaotic home life. Samantha began to state that her mom was on a lot of drugs and her dad was quite alcoholic. To what degree this is true is uncertain, but it's something that Samantha never took back. Samantha didn't quite like therapy, but the experience she later wrote, "My therapist sucks. He's just some wicked fat guy who doesn't deserve everything he has now. Nobody deserves anything good." Samantha didn't think very highly of school either. She claimed to have had a hard time at school for most of her life, later writing, "I've always been a quiet kid, I'd say. Or at least that's what everyone around me has said. And never really had the brains for most things because I wasn't smart enough for most people around me, even though I'm good at science and some stuff. Even though I'm being a good kid in middle school or even in high school right now, it doesn't matter much because I like being alone." In 2022, the media explained the courts ruled that Jeff and Melissa would once again share custody of Samantha. However, this time she would live primarily with her father. Samantha's dad, Jeff, had become a pretty devout Christian over the years, sharing photos on a daily trip and pictures of her life. In many of these pictures was Samantha, who seemed to be happy to attend. To those around him, he would know Samantha constantly. He those pictures of those achievements. I cleaned up the belt. You are the most important resources to you. Which are the days and series of events. Also, you can use pictures of Samantha. It's only a picture. However, Samantha would tell a very different story of the father behind the scenes. She would then talk about it with all my friends that her mom's probably from addiction for years and her father was still in the hours. She cited these factors along with the biggest big factor in pessimism and she felt towards the people in life in general. Speaking of the life she wrote, so the family was me because I was too near them. My father never treated me with respect. My father always made me stand out. Responsible for the years. Right now I fail school. I can't get out of bed simply because I don't want to leave. He makes me look like a teenager's family friends. He says so much about me and his bad side. I never really went to my father's game sad because honestly I should I. Our age is mutual to each other. He will never see me as his daughter. He will never love me like he loved his ex or kids or even if all of that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore because nobody else has been just made fun of me my entire life and I'm sick of it. Continuing to speak of her own life, she wrote, I was the only child of the family. My parents had married and left me. I never stayed even if I could. Always upset because they didn't want to get rid of me and it was all. Then I stayed up all day during the day and night and listening to school as well. Still, Samantha and her always kept his functions together as well as some together how she loved him and so it always took me to the two decided to join them well together and shooting for sports. She posted a picture of Philly shooting on the range at the early Bristol Sportsman's Club in Salt Lake City. When a commenter asked him if it was his daughter, he instantly responded with, "It sure is. We joined NBSC this spring and we're living every second of it." However, with this picture alone, friends were beginning to show. In the photo, Samantha was wearing black shirt and a logo that reads KMFDN. KMFDN is a popular German industrial band and on paper this would maybe nothing ordinary. However, anyone well-versed in the history of school shootings will likely understand the significance. KMFDN was one of the favorite bands of Eric Harris, one of the shooters behind the Columbine massacre. And some of the preview videos like scares that exist, he is seen wearing a KMFDN shirt and even talked about his love for the band in his journal. Ever since other school shooters and massacres have taken one was an inspiration and a band was the t-shirts. Samantha was one of the first imitation. Much like how many mass killers have been victims of belief, Samantha was driven to age for life as well. It seems that it was due to her being that she was transferred to the Christian school for sports. Even in the Muslim school, she wrote, because now the school was paid in the ass while being teased and pushed around. I was picked on for being so long and as if my ass was on it was just 2 hours. From school, so it's already happening. Picked on again, just something worse.
Welcome to a long-awaited showdown. Don't have to be a fan of either team to appreciate the matchup of these two elite quarterbacks. Both guys hoping to use this big stage and display their supremacy. Welcome to San Marcos, Texas, a UFCU stadium, home of the Texas State Bobcats. As we'll see the number 10 team in the country, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, taking on a playoff team from last year, the Texas State Bobcats. For EA Sports, I'm Chris Fowler, joined in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get this thing going. And they'll kick it off to get this season underway. You can feel the excitement here. And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Cornhuskers offense will have the football first here. And, Kirk, this is what we've been looking forward to, a matchup of two quarterbacks who are elite, very competitive, matched up against each other today. One of the better matchups we'll see all season.
Yeah, a game that we really pointed to all summer. Looking forward to this matchup. Knew these two quarterbacks would go head-to-head. Very important that they don't get caught up in the individual matchup. They just go out, work against these defenses that they're facing, and try to put up as many points as they can.
To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion. That completion makes it second down. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. And he will be stuffed for no gain. So an early season test for both teams, a top 25 matchup, both trying to get off to a quick start here, Kurt, and set the tone for the rest of this one.
Well, that's the beauty of these matchups early in the year. You're either going to come out fast or fall flat, and one of these teams will experience the latter. This game is crucial for kickstarting your team in the right direction for the season. These kind of games create that type of momentum that they can carry with them on a week-to-week basis.
That's caught. It's Ware. They bring him down, but a nice play moves the football to the 31 and a first down. The Cornhuskers pick up enough yardage to move the sticks.
Chris, how about the offensive balance these last couple of plays we're seeing from these guys? Not only are they balanced, but the explosiveness. A big run followed up by a big play through the air, and puts a lot of pressure on this defense.
The Cornhuskers line up on 1st and 10 now. Looking to throw it from the red zone. Looking to set up a screen pass here. He shreds the tackle. And he's shoved out of bounds by the defense short of the first down marker.
A lot of times this can be a tough play to defend because you're so concerned with getting pressure on the quarterback. But here the defense does a good job of coming off of coverage and chasing down the receiver.
Caught over the middle. It's Jordan. Brought down, but the completion moves the ball inside the 10-yard line. Defense getting pushed back. Crucial 3rd down coming up in the red zone. Can they keep the drive going, or will they have to settle for 3? Back to pass. It's Johnson. The pass rush closing in. He cannot escape. It's a sack.
Well, this is exactly how you can slow down the momentum and a rhythm of an offense. You got to get some tackles for a loss and some sacks. This time, they come up with a sack by getting after that quarterback.
So looks like they'll bring the field goal unit onto the field. Met kick right down the middle. Can't hit it any better than that. It breaks the scoreless tie here, makes it 3-0.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
So the Texas State Bobcats offense comes out for their first possession today. And out comes this quarterback who's certainly familiar to fans. It's the first game of his final season as he tries to make all that senior experience come into play.
Well, we've seen what this guy can do throughout his career, Chris, but you and I had a chance to talk to him yesterday, and it sounds like he's eager to show people that he's taken his game to another level. Let's see how quickly he can get off to a good start here.
And the defense swarms, not much of a gain on that completion.
Well, anytime an offensive coordinator calls a wide receiver screen, he's trying to get offensive linemen out in front of the receiver to create a wall so that receiver can pick a lane to run through. How about the defense here, though? That's called team pursuit and swarming to the football. They didn't give him any lanes, so not much yards downfield for the receiver.
Going to pick up the 3rd and short through the air. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Oh, and he heads out of bounds after a really nice gain there. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down.
Okay, here they go. Big first down, good pickup, and they are off and running.
On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. He's got it in the open. You make the stop, but a big play moves the ball to the red zone.
We'll see if the defense stays in zone after that big play, or if they can change things up on this drive and get a little bit more aggressive.
This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Snapping it from the red zone now. Looking to throw. Oh, the pass is picked off. Could take it all the way. They finally bring him down, but what a return.
And then that's most likely a sheet of paper assassination.
The Texas State offense back on the field now. They had some good things going on the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. Pass caught. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion. Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Looking for his big tight end. Makes the catch downfield. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or two guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody, and allows you to continue to spread the ball around and spread the field, making it tougher for this defense.
Breaks loose at the 40. He's taken down, but that's a nice gain. They'll spot the ball now at the 35. Offense right to the line, cranking up the tempo.
This is why I love the quarterbacks that can make things happen. Here you have an opportunity to try to...
Here he goes. Touchdown, Texas State. Strong game by this quarterback. Here comes the Bobcats offense back out there. They reached the end zone the last time out, trying to do the same thing here. They're going to run it. A gain of 2 yards. Now it's 2nd down and 8.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So,
he's in the clear. Tackle made after a big play all the way to the 41.
How about setting the edge there on the right side of that offensive line? I wouldn't be surprised if they keep going back to the well, pounding it behind that right guard and right tackle and tight end, seeing what additional damage they can do.
So make the tackle, but it's enough for a 1st down. Good call on that screen play. 1st down and 10. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. Snags the quick throw. Breaks into the clip. End zone ahead. And he's run out after a big gain. The offense will be set up with a 1st down and goal. The offense sets up in scoring position with a new set of downs.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one.
And he gets in for the score. Touchdown, Bobcats. Outstanding field position to begin this drive. First play of the drive, we're going to throw the football. On the move now. Deep shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Texas State. This air attack is still unstoppable.
I don't think my stomach is up for that. I don't think my stomach is up for that.
Here's the toss play now, running to the right. Breaks free. Oh, what a move. They bring him down at the 44. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield now.
That's a football play right there, Chris. This one takes me back a little bit. Toss sweep to the right. A lot of people out in front, control the line of scrimmage. How about the wide receivers? They're doing a nice job blocking downfield.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm ready to lay back down.
In front of him, giving him
Shit, because I ain't gonna lie, I'm ready to lay back down.
They look to throw it here on 2nd down. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. That's a...
Matter of fact.
Soon after, Samantha would pass the point of no return. December 16th, 2024. According to Abundant Life's website, it was the last school day before the school would hold Christmas break. Samantha packed 2 handguns into her bag and headed off to school. She began her day at school just like any other, heading to class and sitting down. What did differ was that she talked to at least one other student, saying that she would likely have to go see the school nurse. While it appears she didn't go to see the nurse, it's evident that she did go to use the restroom. She sent her manifesto to her boyfriend over WhatsApp at roughly 9:30 a.m. Given that he wasn't free at the time, it was left unread. Samantha waited a little over an hour before she would make her next move. That was when she uploaded a picture to X at 10:45 a.m. In the picture, she's seen sitting in the school making an OK sign with her hand. This is notable because other shooters, mainly white supremacists, have used this same hand signal as a sort of dog whistle in the past. Then came 10:50 a.m. This was when Samantha decided to upload her manifesto to X. This to be her magnum opus. There was one problem. She had made the document because they forgot to ever make it public. So the link she posted was unavailable to anyone who tried to view it. This led to her getting made fun of in the comments, with other users telling her nobody could even see what she just tried to post. However, Samantha had already put the phone away and seemingly never saw any of the comments, as she never succeeded in making the document public. Samantha made her way out into a study hall that, at the time, was filled with a variety of students from different years. At the time, a 42-year-old substitute teacher named Aaron West was covering for the regular teacher who would normally manage these study halls, who was on vacation at the time. Shortly before 11 a.m., only minutes after posting her manifesto, Samantha pulled out one of her handguns and quickly began firing. She shot Aaron West right there, sending her crumbling to the ground. Samantha continued to fire her gun all around the room indiscriminately. She struck a 14-year-old girl named Ruby Vergara, killing her as well. She continued firing, hitting several other people along the way. Laura Gottschalk, an 8-year-old girl who was present at the time, said that she was in the hallway getting ready to go to lunch when the shots rang out. She said, "I was changing from my shoes to my boots to go to lunch because I have recess after. But then I heard the shooting and screams. I just heard shooting." She said that soon after she saw a teacher she knew who was crying for help. She continued, "And then there was a teacher, and she was screaming like, 'Ah, my leg, help, help.' I was really scared, and I was really sad." Another student, 6th grader Adler John Charles, said that he was in his English class when the school went into lockdown. He said, "I heard 2 gunshots. Some people started crying, and then we just waited until the police came and they escorted us out. I was scared. Why would they do that?" Another young student, a girl speaking alongside her parents, said that she heard the gunshots and screaming, saying, "It was really scary and I was terrified, and so were my friends." The police received the first 911 call from a 2nd grade teacher at 10:57 a.m., being told that there was an active shooter in the school's mixed-age study hall. Throughout the shooting, Samantha had only used one of the 2 handguns she had brought to the school, meaning that she likely planned everything out enough to bring a second weapon as backup. In total, she fired at least 21 shots into the study hall. With 2 people dead and 4 more injured to various degrees, Samantha decided that she was done. She took the gun on herself and fired. By the time the police were on the scene, everything was already over. At 11:05, they found Samantha on the ground, suffering from her own self-inflicted wound. They attempted to transfer her to the hospital, but she died in the ambulance along the way. Aaron West and Ruby Vergara weren't even that lucky, being pronounced dead right there in the scene. For the time being, the police chose to not release their names, leaving the public in the dark as to how many people even died or who they were. A teacher and further 3 students were taken to the hospital. While 2 of them were released shortly after, 2 others were left in the hospital in critical condition with life-threatening injuries for quite some time. By 11:14 a.m., the school staff and all the other students were evacuated. Given that everything was all over, the police never even had to fire their weapons. That meant that the 21 shell casings that they found on the ground were all from Samantha herself. After the school was fully swept, it was deemed that there was no remaining threat. Still, at 11:20, everyone in the nearby area received notifications on their phone warning them of an ongoing shooting case. This was something completely unprecedented for the small town. The man who lived in the neighborhood, John Diaz de Leon, told the media, "I never saw so many police cars in my life, just blue and red lights lining the school, lining the streets. Fire department, paramedics, everybody was there." Later on, very slowly and in a more orderly fashion, the younger students holding hands were allowed to go across the parking lot. By that evening, all of the students were reunited with their parents at various locations. Some were taken into nearby buildings, while others were taken to hospitals to meet up with their families. During an initial news conference that took place shortly after the shooting, officers from the Madison Police Department reported that 5 people had died. However, they soon amended this and said that at least 3 people, including the shooter, were dead. Later on, Aaron West and They were identified as the victims by the Dane County Medical Examiner's Office. Very little details, if any, were given about the others who were left injured, aside from that one was a teacher and the rest were students. The 4 of them were being treated at SSM Health St. Mary's Hospital. Eventually, the 2 who were left in critical condition in the hospital were stabilized, but they would still have to remain under hospital care for quite some time. Samantha's online boyfriend didn't even see her message until 12:12 p.m., about an hour after the shooting. By that time, she was already dead. He later spoke out online, claiming that Samantha had never expressed any desire to commit a shooting, saying that he didn't know anything until he saw the manifesto. He did say that he knew of a gun safe in her house, but didn't know how she was able to get into it. The Boys and Girls Club of Dane County held a candlelight vigil the day after the shooting took place. A makeshift memorial was placed on the sidewalk near the school to honor the victims as the investigation continued inside the building itself. Students, teachers, and other citizens from around town brought flowers to show their respect. At a press conference the day after the shooting, the Madison Police Chief Barnes, said that identifying the motive in the shooting was going to be their top priority. However, he noted that, from what they had seen, the motive appeared to be a combination of different factors. Specifically, he said they were trying to determine if bullying was or was not a motivating factor. He said, "I don't know why, and I feel like if we did know why, we could stop these things from happening." But rather than any bullies being targeted specifically, he noted, "Everyone was targeted in this incident, and everyone was put in equal danger." Anything more frustrating than being hit with a monthly maintenance fee just for insisting? Seriously, like whenever you go buy coffee or take a friend to the movies and dinner, the movie amounts goes below a certain amount, most rates will charge you a fee. But then I tried Chime, and wow, what a difference. Thinking through Chime is fee-free. You're saying goodbye to monthly fees and overdraft fees and minimum balance requirements. And let me tell you, it feels great to have a bank account that's on your side. So give Chime a try. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms was on the scene shortly after the shooting. They recovered Samantha's 9mm handgun from the scene and chose to run traces on it. Being that nobody quite knew where Samantha got the gun, or even if it was owned by her parents, the police suggested that they make finding that out a priority. The police and the FBI, on the other hand, focused their sights on Samantha's family and other students in the school. Samantha's family fully cooperated with the police from the get-go. It wasn't too long before the police went out to Samantha's father's home to raid the place on the day after the shooting, busting the door down to get in. They tested out the new computers and other devices to better figure out Samantha's digital footprint and get a better look into her accounts. The investigators were very suspicious of Samantha's parents, feeling that she likely got the gun from them, and whether or not they knew anything about her intentions that day became a focus. However, still, Chief Barnes could see the sadness on Samantha's father, Jeff's face. The man was broken, Barnes said. He lost someone as well, and so we're not going to rush the information. We'll take our time and make sure we do our due diligence. On the same day, Samantha's mom, Melissa's home, was also raided by the police. At the time, though, Melissa was out of town and nobody was home. It wasn't too long before all of Samantha's social media accounts came to be known, everything from Tumblr to X to TikTok. The police were able to see the signs clearly showing that Samantha had been going down this dark path starting out years prior, along with her fascination with other shooters. Already, her social media accounts had filled up with comments from people condemning her actions and even insulting her. Immediately after the shooting, there was a storm of misinformation and controversy. Shortly after the shooting occurred, it was reported that the second grader, not a second-grade teacher, had been the one to call the police. Many outlets began to praise the second grader for their bravery until the police shut it down, saying that it was actually a teacher. However, this misinformation continued to spread even after that. Similarly, it was widely reported that the shooter was a 17-year-old. Samantha was only 15 years old at the time. Even after it was corrected, once again this information continued to spread far and wide as well. Less innocently, as with a lot of these incidents, people immediately latched onto Samantha's case to use as an example of why their politics are correct and to make the opposition look bad, even if they had to come up with some good assumptions and make up a little bit of lies in the process. Very quickly after the shooting took place, rumors were spreading far and wide that Samantha was transgender. Of all of the misinformation spreading around this case, this one was the most prevalent. It's likely that someone at some point either confused Samantha with the Nashville shooter who was transgender or found him similar enough and spread the rumor. Either way, it quickly went out of control. Chief Barnes dismissed the assertion entirely, or rather he just didn't care about it, saying that it wasn't important at all. He said, I don't know whether Samantha was transgender or not, and quite frankly, I don't think that's important at all. I don't think whatever happened today has anything to do with how she or he or they may want to identify. It was proven pretty quickly after the shooting that Samantha, even in her earliest childhood photos, had always been female. Still, though, regardless, the rumor still persists. On the other hand, rumors were absolutely spreading on the opposite side of the political spectrum as well. Many accounts on social media came to spread the rumor that Samantha was a staunch MAGA supporter, being a big fan of Donald Trump. Being specifically on the side of MAGA was based on absolutely nothing, with Samantha never seeming to have mentioned MAGA or Trump in any meaningful capacity. It seems that, given that Samantha expressed a hatred for black people and a love of white supremacists, they simply jumped to this conclusion. Samantha was also widely reported to have been a femcel at first, with femcells being the female counterpart of incels. Basically, women who can't get a man and blame all their problems on men. However, Samantha was quite invested in her boyfriend, and all the people she listed as inspirations were men as well. It's very likely that this rumor came about after some of her supposed Discord messages leaked online, in which she proudly proclaimed that all men should die and mentioned a radical feminist Twitter user, Radfin Hitler by name. However, DMs with the person who leaked these messages seemed to show that the messages were fake solely in order to paint Radfin Hitler in a bad light. While someone as horrible as her didn't really need anyone to paint her negatively, the reception to these fake leaked messages did exactly what this user wanted, and Radfin was chased off of X for good. The leaked Discord message even implies that it was posted about 10 minutes before Samantha would have died. At that time, she was already posting a link to her manifesto that mentions not one single word about her supposed femcel beliefs. The message also didn't show the name of the poster or even a profile icon. It's highly likely that it was indeed fake. Another rumor was that Samantha might have had help from other sources. She was said to have been in contact with a 20-year-old man named Alexander Pfaffendorf before she died, who was planning a similar attack of his own in California. This rumor seemed to have more merit as on December 18th, 2 days after the shooting, Alexander was arrested when it was found that he was trying to coordinate a shooting at a government building, something he had apparently brainstormed with Samantha online. A gun violence emergency protective restraining order was placed on Alexander, and he was ordered to turn over all of his firearms to the police. Later on, he appeared in court for a hearing. He apologized for his connections to the shooting, saying that he was both regretful and willing to face consequences. An obituary was soon posted online for Ruby Vergara by her local funeral home, saying that her funeral was set to be held on the 21st. Ruby was listed as a musician and an avid reader. She was close with her dog and her cat. Her friend said, she gave great hugs. She was an amazing pianist. She loved to read. She was just an amazing young girl. A journalist and user on Twitter, Slatzism, made contact with Samantha's alleged boyfriend. He gave her Samantha's whole manifesto, the same one that she had failed to make public on X. Slatzism made him prove that the manifesto was legit by asking to record himself opening it from the direct link sent to him on WhatsApp. He soon posted the full manifesto online. While Samantha's boyfriend initially said that he had no idea what she was doing, he soon changed his tone, instead saying that he had tried to stop her. After immediate backlash from the internet as a whole, he soon converted his ex-account into a tribute for Samantha, blaming everyone around for making her do what she did before privating his profile entirely and going radio silent. Joe Biden, president at the time, condemned the shooting as shocking and unconscionable. He called for Congress to take immediate action to address the problem of gun violence in the nation, saying that more was needed to protect kids in schools. He advocated for Congress to pass laws that would require universal background checks, as well as a national red flag law in addition to a ban on assault weapons and high-capacity magazines. The governor of Wisconsin, Tony Evers, ordered flags throughout Wisconsin to be held at half-mast. He released a statement on X shortly after the attack took place, saying that he was closely following the story.
Last time I wanted to
Said he was praying for the students, leading theirs in the community as they waited for more information to come to light. Wisconsin Senators Tammy Baldwin and Ron Johnson posted their own statements to social media as well, offering their condolences. They said that they would also be following the situation and assisting law enforcement whenever necessary. The 11-month Christian school posted to their own social media as well, asking for prayers. After several weeks, the two students still in the hospital following the attack had their condition upgraded to a fair. After it was announced that the students would be returning to school on January 10th, Chief Barnes has continued to speak to the media. He said, "Every child, every person in that building is a victim and will be a victim forever. These types of trauma don't just go away." Surprisingly, the family of Ruby Rivera spoke out at her funeral, forgiving Samantha Rotel for what she had done. While mourning her own daughter, they mourned Samantha as well, with Ruby's uncle saying, "We all know bitterness or unforgiveness towards 15-year-old Natalie Rotel and her family. They lost a daughter too. Somehow this precious child of God lost her way." It didn't Leo as a cash investment where you can get up to $250. I know what you're thinking, but around my credit. But there ain't no credit checks with Leo. And even better, there's no interest. So for all you need is $75, you'll just have to pay $75 back. No minimum direct deposit needed, no pay stubs, no W-2 forms. And to top it all off, you get to choose the repayment date that works best for you. So if you're ready to stop and go see those bills, do yourself a favor, download the Leo app, and immediately start sweating less. I'm excited to be partnering with Dollar General because my kids have been begging for a picnic and I don't have snacks or even a blanket, so let's run in and see what we can. Did you know that Dollar General has over 2,000 items that are a dollar or less? They're dollar deals. Like, I swear you can't find anything for a dollar anymore. We grabbed Clover Valley stuff for sandwiches and snacks, sweet smells, treats, a picnic blanket, cute kids cups, and a basket to carry everything in. We picked up some treats and a toy for our dog Ben because the kid said he had to come too, and of course I let the kids grab a little toy because DG is one of the only places I can say yes without regretting it later. We threw everything together at the park and it was so easy, affordable, and just one of those simple but magical summer moments I know they'll remember. Dollar General is officially my go-to when I need something quick on a budget, and don't forget to check the DG out for extra deals. This all leads us to what is arguably the most disturbing part about this case. This is not only for what it may imply as to the buildup of this case, but what it can and will imply for the future. Perhaps the most concerning part of this entire case is that Samantha may have been linked to an online group with only the most dark, heinous intentions. Throughout Samantha's various social media contacts, it has become more and more apparent that she was connected to a growing international terror group on the internet. After Samantha died, various online users were quick to label her as a Saintess. You may recognize that Samantha used the very same terminology in her own manifesto, referring to other killers as saints. This is terminology used often by a group commonly known online as 764. 764 is classified as a terror network by the United States Department of Justice, a Tier 1 threat at that. 764 is a group that specializes in exploiting children. It does so both sexually and in a way that is possibly even more disturbing than that, by grooming them into becoming violent and even into mass shooters. The group was founded in 2021 and mainly operates over Discord and Telegram. Given how secretive the group is, they mainly refer to themselves as the Tom, short for the community. The group has strong ties to a satanic cult called the Order of Nine Angels, where it has adopted a majority of its ideology, something that the FBI itself has even confirmed. How close Samantha was to this group has not yet been confirmed. Given how secretive she was, it's unclear if it ever will be. However, some of her followers on X have been conclusively linked to the group. It's clear that at least one knew what she was up to, even writing live stream it as a comment under the photo that she posted before the massacre. In the past, the group has convinced a good number of minors into taking explicit pictures of themselves, has coaxed them into hurting themselves, and has even convinced one into catching themselves on fire on webcam for the group to watch. And now, it seems that convincing more and more kids into becoming mass killers purely in order to spread chaos is on their agenda. Shortly after Samantha died, a few screenshots leaked from a Telegram group that she was a part of. In the screenshot, a user with a 764 profile picture acknowledged that Samantha's shooting could risk the leak of messages within that group. Shortly after, this user deleted the group along with all of its content and made a new one elsewhere. Very shortly after Samantha's crime, someone logged into her account on X, saying that they were closing the account for good. Not only did they private that account, they went through the tedious process of blocking every single account that Samantha followed on X. Rather than simply just privating the whole thing, whoever did this decided that they wanted to go completely scorched earth, preventing anyone from seeing anything that this account previously hosted in any way. Who actually did this is unconfirmed. Given how much of Samantha's data and communications have been completely purged from the internet, we will likely never know exactly how invested she was within this group. Samantha's case has already gone on to inspire more violence. Only a month after she did what she did, another miner with strong ties to 764, one that called her a saintess, would be inspired to commit murder in much the same fashion that she did. This killer listed himself as being a big fan of hers, and even appears to have been in contact with her before the shooting. In fact, Samantha even followed him on X. However, that is a much larger topic, a topic that we will dive into very soon.
Chief, I don't know. He doesn't, according to what we have obtained by camera footage and call logs, seem to convey that information to anyone else. This is the first indication that now someone is injured.
The chief was not asked about this in his interview with investigators, and he didn't respond to our request for comment. The film must be filmed with the call from the teeth, and the other from the call from Chief Armando. One of the officers says that the gun is inside his wife's classroom. The officers try to confirm that places are insane. Gets a call from his wife. Ever heard of this? She said he stopped him. He wanted to get him trouble. She was he wasn't there. She showed up. We had to get in there with these kids. And you know we need to get in there with them. We're waiting for them to go here. We're waiting for more shields. You know, I didn't want to throw in more rifle plates. You know, they're having shields. No flashbangs. We don't know what to use. And they're distraction to me.
Mom tried that energy, but then took no more energy.
Make sure we don't have anything values. These kids will go home at the end of the day. You know, and then it's a job we signed up for. We have our life on the line. But none of us have never been in this situation. In this situation, right? It's another instance. Officers explained that one of the reasons they didn't try to go into the class was the lethal nature of the AR-15's ammunition. You can just wait for me and just tell people at the doors that he's going to take us all everywhere. No, before me. That was kind of holding most of us back because of what we're seeing. That backpack had 30 plus magazines total and 2 rounds in there, so that kind of realized we weren't equipped to make a change to that without some kind of going back to all that kind of honesty that if it was a pistol or something, it would have been maybe a different thought process. At that point, we had no choice but just to wait and try to get something that had better coverage where we could actually stand up to him. At that point, we just secured the scene and just kept him contained into what we thought at that point was that one classroom. So we still tried to do the best that we could. We were there. We were trying to make sure that he didn't go through any other rooms. So kind of like numb to the situation. I mean, 4 minutes into the standoff, some dozens of officers from multiple agencies on the scene. While the county sheriff deputy rebel was in front of her approach, reporting the call from nearly 20 minutes earlier. That was the position where all laid down. It was believed that the rest of the those yes.
This is real cool, right? You know, my phone's face. Right?
I just see how scared they were. Sorry. No, hey, take your time. Take your time. If you take a break, you step out here for a minute. Take your time to get away from it. It's all right. Man, this is incredibly dramatic. This is... Take your time. Officer in charge. In charge? She's my late mentioned, but who's in charge? It's a whole patrol officer. I can't, you know. So I'm not in the hallway. I'm not talking to our gunman. I'm not talking to the guy who's talking to our gunman. No communication is coming back out to me. So there's got to be someone else. There's got to be someone else that's in charge. Yeah. Someone tell me what to do. And you know this. So I've been more evangel all than I am. But chain of command is everything. There.
Dozens of officers said they didn't know who was in charge, that it was chaos. What experts said an incident commander would have been able to do in this situation is coordinate that communication, kind of take larger stock of what the scene is, and help develop kind of a plan.
Well, sure. So I remember, and again, so those officers, wait, on the right side of the room, those officers in the hallway on the other side of the room, and Chief Redondo was on the other side of the room where I was not. So there was like two groups on two different sides of the hallways. Does that make sense? So I never heard anybody actually say, hey, I'm incident commander.
Did you show that the chief was a incident commander or that he's the person in charge?
Yes. And as far as the person in charge, I guess, if he ever told me to do something, yes.
Did you ever hear Chief Arnold say, hey, I'm the incident commander?
He was on the other side of the hallway. He was on the other side of the hallway.
Did anybody in that hallway say, hey, I'm the incident commander?
Just so just on the other side.
Of course, was there physical announcement was in the palm of your hand, time in a month, if you did it for just 20.
Let go.
Thanks.